Dear colleague, this is an Intumescent cataract done today, 24th January 2017. We know in Intumescent cataracts the main challenge is to do capsulorhexis because there is high intralenticular pressure, and if we try to do capsulorhexis without taking proper measures, the rhexis margin can run to the periphery towards the equator. In this case, the main incision and one side port incision on the left side of the main incision has been made by this time. The capsule has been stained with trypan blue dye. Viscoelastic substance 2% HPMC has been injected into the antechamber, and now another stab incision is being made on the right side of the main incisions. So we have one main incision and two stab incisions. Now the anterior capsule is incised with a bent cystitum, and a C-like flap is made like this. Now we hold this flap with an ureter forceps and make a small continuous curvilinear capsulorhexis. I call it a mini rhexis. Because it is a small rhexis, I call it a mini rhexis. Now, since we are using ureter forceps, we can always control these capsular tags and make this rhexis, yes, with HPMC only and no other costly viscoelastic substance. I am practicing in rural Bengal, and I had to find out how I can manage with economic viscoelastic substance so that I don't put pressure on my patients. Now, since this is a continuous curvilinear capsulorhexis, small rhexis, this rhexis can tolerate some force. It can tolerate some resistance. So we can aspirate some cortical matter through this small rhexis, and even if this rhexis margin is being pressed now and then, it doesn't tear. Now enough of cortical matter has been aspirated, intralenticular pressure has gone down drastically, and now we inject viscoelastic substance again, and it is 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. Now I take a Vanna scissor, make a small cut at the margin of this rhexis at around 8 o'clock, take the ureter forceps again, hold this tag, go anti-clockwise and make this, convert this mini rhexis into an optimum sized rhexis. At this time, there is no tendency of this capsule to run to the periphery. That's it. We have made a beautiful round rhexis. Now viscoelastic substance is injected again. This cataract, although intumescent, although it is mature, it is not hard. It is maybe grade 3. We can very well do direct chop in such cataracts. Here it is. Embed the phaco tip into the lens matter and chop it. This is a very small chopper. I call it a micro chopper. It is just a modified Sinskey hook. Sinskey is very thin and very fine. It is just a little thicker than a Sinskey hook, but it is very small, about 0.5 millimeter long at the end. One heminucleus has been removed by this time. Phaco power in this case is 55%, flow rate is 45, and vacuum is 450 millimeter of mercury. In this case, there was some amount of iris prolapse through the side port, so I didn't come out at this time, so I went behind the lens fragment and placed it like this so that if the posterior capsule comes, I can prevent it from being caught by the phaco tip. Now, this cortical matter is to be cleaned. It can be cleaned in various ways. You can take coaxial IA or bimanual irrigation and aspiration. I take this very simple instrument. It is a Simcoe cannula. It is 23 gauge Simcoe cannula and it works very well in my hands. So in intumescent cataracts, we can do Rhexis with a very economic viscoelastic substance. There is no need of soft shell technique, no need of any cohesive viscoelastic substance like sodium hyaluronate, no need of viscoat. We can just manage with HPMC. Yes, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, the most economic viscoelastic substance available throughout the world. Now, in this case, I am going to implant a hydrophilic acrylic intraocular lens, and it is being implanted under irrigation. And in this case, the leading haptic somehow didn't go into the capsular bag. However, I push the trailing haptic into the capsular bag. And now I take a Sinskey hook. Dial the lens. The leading haptic is dialed and it is brought superiorly. And we can dial this into the capsular bag like this. So both the haptics are now in the capsular bag. That's it. The case is done. This is moxifloxacin. There's a lot of controversy whether we should use moxifloxacin intracamerally or not. I just take the middle path like Buddhism. I inject moxifloxacin and I wash it out. I call it a moxie lavage. I never have tasks with this method. I believe you can be one of the best phaco surgeons in the world. Hope this video will be useful in developing your surgical skills. Thank you very much for your eagerness to watch the video.